Welcome to OLevels Economics Unit 24, The Role of Government. The extent of government involvement depends largely on the type of economic system in place. In a mixed economy, governments play a more active role than in a largely market-based system. However, even among mixed economies, the level of intervention differs depending on how serious governments believe market failure is and how effective they think policy measures will be in correcting it. At the local level, governments can have a strong influence, especially in areas that depend heavily on particular industries. Some of these industries may be state owned, meaning the government directly decides output levels and wages, which significantly affect the local community. Private sector industries may also receive subsidies, particularly in poorer regions, to prevent unemployment from rising. In some countries, economic decisions are decentralized, giving local governments more authority, while in others, most decisions are made nationally. Local governments commonly provide services such as refuse collection, libraries, housing, and local roads. To finance these services, they raise revenue through local taxes and charges and often receive grants from the national government. Governments perform many functions at both local and national levels. They act as owners of assets such as schools and hospitals, as producers of goods and services, as regulators of economic activity, as tax collectors, and as managers of overall economic performance. As producers, governments may supply goods they consider essential, strategically important, or likely to be underproduced by the private sector. Industries regarded as key or strategic are sometimes supported or owned by the state. In countries such as China and France, important industries are often operated by state-owned enterprises, while in Italy they may receive financial support. Governments may also prevent foreign takeovers of strategic sectors like rail infrastructure to protect consumers and national interests. In cases of natural monopoly, government production can prevent high prices and exploitation. Governments may also provide essential goods such as housing on grounds of equity, as well as public goods that the private sector is unlikely to supply adequately. Public and private sectors frequently work together. Private firms often build roads, supply medicines, or provide other services for the public sector. Increasingly, governments form partnerships with private companies, where the private sector may finance, build, and maintain projects such as hospitals, while the government rents and eventually owns them. In other cases, responsibilities are shared, such as when private companies operate train services while the government maintains the infrastructure. The government is also a major employer. By hiring workers for public services and state-owned enterprises, it can reduce unemployment and influence income levels. It may limit wage increases in the public sector to help control inflation and can set standards for good employment practices, including training, equal opportunities, and pensions. At the international level, governments differ in their trade policies. Some promote free trade, while others impose restrictions to protect domestic industries. Governments also vary in their attitudes toward multinational companies, with some encouraging foreign investment to create jobs and increase output, and others restricting it to protect domestic firms. Many governments belong to trade blocs such as the European Union and Mercosur, which promote trade among member countries while limiting trade with non-members. In addition, governments are members of international organizations, such as the World Trade Organization, which sets and oversees global trade rules and aims to promote free international trade. Overall, the government plays a central and multifaceted role in shaping economic activity across all levels of the economy. Thanks for watching.